Yes, Hans Christian Andersen returned to Earth in the year 2129 and is exhibited in the Copenhagen Zoo by the Danes. This is the novel by Henrik S. Holcks, read by the author. "Don't you vote?" she suddenly asked. I couldn't answer. The question came so unexpectedly. I stared disconcerted on Sophie, while I was thinking of the dissidents. "Who will you vote on?" the blonde said, as if she was biting. "I do not vote on any of the candidates," I replied. "Don't you vote on the political parties?" she asked, with a high-pitched voice which broke into a mixture of contempt and deep disbelief. "It may be dangerous," the one angel added, her that was named Sophie, and perhaps not even were a genuine Catholic, which I had imagined. "I do not care. I have burned all my vote cards." "They think more or less the same nowadays," I replied honestly. "This you must be careful with," said the sick bird with the blonde hair. "My father was in the government on a very important post, and he always said that people who behave like you, that kind, must go out of fashion. This failure to act is a real danger to society, where it is expected that we all are active, and it must be punished. Incidentally, isn't it a wonderful zoo garden?" she said. "Yes, it's a wonderful garden," I replied, almost without tone. "You will certainly have a good time here." "Oh yes, I would certainly," I now said with a voice that was only a weeping whisper. "Now we intend to race and leave you alone. Please, you must stay seated and wait for the animal keeper. We have told him that he can pick you up here at the restaurant," said the blonde, and smiled knowingly to the waiter. Lovely Miss Sophie asked for the bill, and the waiter bowed servile since he smelled tips. My heart was violated, my soul was injured. 2,129 Danish crowns, said the bill. Once again that magic figure. Once again I was allowed to pay. In fact, I had now spent all the money in my wallet. There was only a few notes left, and I gave those to the waiter as extra tips. He had already eaten them with his hungry eyes. Such we have always done in my family, given money, that is to say, not eaten with our eyes. I felt a slowly paralysis spread in my entire body as the girls kissed me goodbye. I was psychological paralyzed, had stopped to ask impossible questions, and were sitting silently and contained, as would I try to protect a final balance of my endangered pride and self-esteem. They walked away, and the tears was running down my cheeks, while I, full of sadness, sang the last drops of orange lemonades. I saw all my life pass review in these long seconds, but woke up in time to cry out, "Please, don't leave me. You told me you were angels." "Never mind," what does that mean?" I heard one of them say. "You should not believe all you are told. It was just an old melancholic poet. What importance does it have?" Now I was appalled, not knowing what to believe. How she still understood to irritate me with this intimate "you" in my shocked state of mind. But both girls were already disappearing in the crowd, where all were alike. Oh, if only everything had been just an illusion. Then came the animal keeper, carrying a heavy iron chain. He said, "Hello with you, my little friend. So you didn't make it." The man was unsympathetic. His face looked like a murderer, and the shackles, the long iron chains, may be his extended arm. "It is quite ordinary jurisprudence," he said, explanatory. "I haven't been presented for any court," I argued. "Well, I see that you are trained. Will you like being presented to a court of justice?" he asked. Quickly he then surrounded me with his iron chains, which was all the ensure inherent in a human judge, which in this case is to say, his own collected contempt for the individual and accumulated fury. "By me you are in good hands," he said. He tightened the iron chain and said, "Does that hurt?" Luftrejse by Henrik S. Holcks.